Hello everyone, how's it going? I have a quick question, and that is, when is the last time that you ignored your photography? It was probably pretty recently. Like for me, it was last night. I had to edit some photos. I should have edited some photos, and instead I played a new video game for 3 hours. So not a great use of my time. And I got frustrated too. It was a hard game. So I went to bed mad. So this morning I have around 2.5 hours before I have to get my car into the shop. I don't have any kind of crazy pressing needs today. I have to answer some emails and do a couple things. And so instead of wasting my time before I have to take my car in and answering some emails, which is pretty much wasting time, and checking the news and all that stuff, I decided to grab my X100v and go and visit one of my endless Google pins. So if you, I don't know if you do this, but I have a Google Maps and I have tons of pins all over the place. I will never visit all these pins if I keep playing video games instead of going out and exploring. So that's what I'm doing this morning. I about an hour there and maybe 30 minutes at the location, and then I got an hour back to get my car into the shop. So follow along. We're gonna go into a dirt road like I usually do and find this old abandoned house and take a couple shots with the X100v, and we'll see how they turn out. No matter what, it's a beautiful day, gorgeous out, so we're gonna have a little fun regardless and fill the soul with photography, which is a good thing, right? We're rolling up on this house. It's got this great dirt road and this epic tree. This thing, I didn't even notice the tree the first time I was here, so it's pretty sweet. There's this cool tree here, so we're gonna use the tree to frame this old house before we get a little closer. And we also have a great dirt road. Now, the sky could be cooler, but it's kind of neat with this like blank sky, because you could kind of imagine this kind of desolate landscape without much here, just this family homestead, which is really cool. So let's check it out. I'm gonna do a couple shots here. I'm gonna do the house in the sky, and then I'm gonna do a panorama so you can kind of imagine what this house was like out in the middle of nowhere. And we're gonna squish those together in Lightroom. I think that should be pretty cool. Another thing I do is I get low a lot. The problem is my shadow is crazy, so we're gonna have to work around my giant fat shadow. Could you imagine this place? Like every single morning you wake up and you look out the window and you get the sunrise over this big field. That'd be unbelievable. It's wild to think that this house, somebody left and nothing ever happened to it. A lot of times out here, the land gets bought up and the person doesn't want the old house, which I totally get. But man, some of these houses are so cool, the details and stuff. And the idea of looking out over that landscape just is pretty awesome. I'm also trying to get better at using black and white effectively, and I think this is maybe one of those scenes. The front of the house is super bright, and then the sky is really deep blue, so I can take that and darken it, so I have this really cool contrast. And also on the Fuji, you can do the film simulation, so I can shoot in RAW, and then I have this like custom baked, I call it killer black and white, that I really like. So when I'm looking through the viewfinder, actually you can, we can see it in black and white. But then I get both the color RAW and I get the converted JPEG that looks amazing as well. One of the things I like doing is walking around the perimeter and then also putting like stuff in front of the house. So I put these little, I don't know what they call cattails or something like that. I don't know what they're called. But I'll put those in front of the house and then I'll vary my depth of field. So I'll change my aperture. I'll go from like f2 to f8 or so to get varying degrees of the background to be blurry or not blurry, to kind of still tell a little bit of the story, but give it a little bit of a mystery, a little bit of air of something different. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. As I let the sun blind me on the way to my car, we're gonna say goodbye to this cool house for now. Might come out here another day when the sky's a little crazy or something like that. How cool would this be? Like got a storm behind it or something like that. I don't know. But it's one of those things you put it on your Google Maps and you remember it for different parts of the day or seasons and all that stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the photos. I have to go get my car brakes checked. Until next time.